Hello everybody, I'm Dr. Rekha from Bangalore, launched by Mrs. Himaja and Mr. Anil. Now I'm here to tell you about what I understood from weight loss awareness session. So, what is overweight? Overweight is actually if the BMI is more than 25, then we consider that as overweight. That we can calculate by dividing the weight in kgs by height in meter square. Okay, so 73% of the Indian population are overweight, and worldwide, if you consider, almost one third of the Indians, one third of the people are overweight. So, then coming to the complications of overweight, overweight can cause diabetes, type 2 diabetes, hypertension, stroke, PCOD, then it can cause gallbladder stones, it can also cause non alcoholic liver cirrhosis. So these are the few main complications of the overweight. But what are the causes for the overweight? So how the overweight can occur? For this to understand, we need to know about the functions of insulin and insulin resistance. So that there are two main functions of the insulin. Whenever we take food, especially the carbohydrate that is converted into glucose in the body, and for the entry of glucose into the cell, insulin is necessary. That is the first function, and the excess glucose whatever is remaining in the blood, that gets converted into fat. So that is also a function of insulin. So the two main functions of insulin are the entry of glucose into the cell, and the next is the it converts it into the remaining glucose, it converts it into fat. So it is mainly a fat storage hormone. Okay, so how we can reduce the the next is if we take multiple times, if we take food, then the multiple times the sugar will be released, and whenever the sugar is more, the glucose is more in the body, insulin will be released. So and this insulin will help the cells to take the sugar. But what happens, the cells will take only the required amount of only the required amount of the glucose. The excess glucose will be getting converted into fat. So this now the insulin resistance builds. So to reduce the weight, we have to take foods which releases less amount of glucose, that is the low glycemic index foods we have to take. So the carbohydrates have got high glycemic index. The proteins have got minimum, and fat have got no glycemic index. So the whenever the so to reduce the insulin resistance, we have to take food which are either fat, protein, or low glycemic index foods. So the in this in our so to reduce the insulin resistance, we have to follow the intermittent fasting also, where what happens is the glucose, whenever we do fasting, the glucose level will be less, very less. So but body requires this glucose, and this glucose comes from the stored fat in the body. So for this, the that time what happens, whenever there is no glucose, insulin will not be released, the glucagon will be released, which has the actions opposite to that of the insulin. So this glucagon hormone from the pancreas only will do lipolysis and release the lipids, which will be converted into glucose for energy purpose. So in our diet, means in this well sense community, we advise them, we give a customized diet depending on the blood reports. So where the main thing is the intermittent fasting, where main thing what we follow is intermittent fasting along with high protein diet and along with the supplements. Thank you.